Okay, so we're going to spend one more night here at the base, and I'm going to do one video here showing how to hook up if you wanted to hook up to pretty much everything. Well, here's the campsite over here to the right, and there's Pelican Roost. This is the family camp on the Mayport Naval Station, just here in Key West. A lot of big rigs, and there's
Key West?
Jacksonville. I got Key West on the brain. But there's this St. John's River, and the ocean is just past it. We're here to the mouth of it. And they got some dog parks over there to the left, and some pavilions you can sit under, and tables and stuff. And here we are in the campground. There's our neighbor walking his dog. Camp hosts are right there. Those first two spots are the camp hosts. We're on the back row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up, show how we hook up water and electric and the cable, and put up a windshield cover as if we were going to be staying here for a while. But typically all I do is just back in and hook up power. We use water out of our freshwater tank, and we just use the black and gray tank until we need a dump, and then I hook up and dump. But it's just a lot easier that way. Well, here's our camping spot. So I'm going to pull up here in front. Deb's going to get out, and she's going to film us backing into the spot. But on the dash here, you can see the GPS. And this little slot, this is pretty cool. This is where you can put like cards. It's not a shredder. It's a place to put your IDs. Now I keep our military IDs in there, so when we're on the base, I can just pull them out real simple. There we are.
Is it time for me to jump out?
Yeah, so why don't you hop out, Deb, and go back there and kind of stand back in the back, and we'll...
Okay, in the back.
In the back, on the driver's side. And take Spike with you. You want to take Spike with you?
Sure, he wants to get out and go.
Okay.
Spike's always ready. He's always up for something.
He says, get me out of here, man. Get me.
Too long.
Get me out. Okay. So hop on out.
I'm hopping. It's only about 84 here. It feels hotter than that, but it's beautiful. Rained for the last, I guess Monday through Thursday it was very rainy. Yesterday and today it hasn't been so rainy. It's beautiful. Getting close because there's our pedestal right here.
Okay. So here we go. I backed up, so this is my black tank drain, and there's where you would drain it. Outside shower. This is the shore power hookup. So I'll open that up. Our air conditioner's running, it's on battery right now, so I'd like to get it going, plugged in, but this right here is an EMS. It protects against low voltage, over voltage, open grounds, reverse polarity. So you want all that, you just plug your power cable into it. Make sure your breaker's turned off. That's the breaker for the 30 amp. I plug that in here. I'll come over here. You put it in, it's got a keyed one on it. So you put there, you line them up, and you give it a little slight twist clockwise, and you set that ring and tighten it up. Okay, so that part's done. So now we come over and flip on the 30 amp breaker. It's going to take 128 seconds for that to power through. In the meantime, we can do our water. And this right here is a 0G hose. It's not white or blue, but it is a drinking water safe hose. And I got a water filter. The water filter right here This is a pressure regulator. It maintains a pressure of no more than 40 to 50 psi, because sometimes the water supplies at campgrounds is pretty high and it can mess up your water system. So you screw that on here, and then screw my water filter on here. Deb's got a bite and fly on her there. Okay.
Making me shake the camera.
Yeah. The first time I hook up to a water faucet, I'll take like a Lysol wipe and just wipe it off and let it run for a second, just in case somebody else had dirty hands, you might say. But since I've already done it, I'm not doing it now. But then I also like to let my water filter run just for a second, just to flush everything out. And sometimes I'll sniff it too, because sometimes it might smell really bad. You don't want to put that in your freshwater tank.
So we're going to fill our fresh water or put it on the city?
Yeah, our freshwater tank is already full because we're heading out in the morning, but this would be city water. So now when you hook it up here, at this point, you turn off your water pump inside the coach, because you don't need your water pump on, because it gets pressure from the line. And what we'll do is just turn the hose on, and you can open it up all the way because I have a pressure regulator on it. And you can see the hose now is pressurized, and that's where the water system inside it will get its pressures from the city water. So you turn off your water pump inside.
And we can use as much water as we want, except not to exceed the capacity of the gray tank.
Exactly.
And we could, I guess we could just hook the hose up to dump it then, right?
Right. Now, I got a bag of seashells we're taking home with us. This right here is a television cable. We get over-air channels here pretty good, but sometimes you don't get over-air, but you, the campground might have cable TV. So like right here, for example, this is a cable TV, so I would attach my cable here and the other end right here. So now I would be getting my television service through the cable, but you have to go inside where your antenna box is and press the little button. I'll show you that in a minute. You have to press it to turn it off, because you don't want that amplifier on, so you turn it so the green light's off, and then you have to scan your channels for the TV. So I'll show you that in a second. But basically this is setting up. The only thing I didn't put up would be the sewer hose. And I keep all that stuff in here.
But you don't leave the sewer hose open, that's why you hook it up.
Right.
Definitely the black tank, you wouldn't leave that open. You wouldn't leave that full, because
yeah, because you don't want
you get like a volcano in there.
No, you get a pyramid.
Oh, not a volcano?
No. Okay, something else. Pretty messy back here. Let me see. Got a lot of stuff stored back here. This is my outside tent. I didn't use it this trip. Some shopping that we did. This right here.
What's that?
This is our windshield cover. Let me close these doors up. Got the AC on inside.
Has the surge guard gone through its routine yet?
Not yet. Haven't clicked yet. It should be clicking pretty soon. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah. Okay, it's clicked.
I got
Yeah, I got 114 volts right there. Okay. This is a windshield screen. Like I said, if we were parked here for a while, I would be putting this up. It's a little awkward to do single-handedly. You have to figure out where it is. But it can be done single-handedly. You can get the top of it. All right.
Is this Coachman standard equipment?
Nope, I bought this off the internet from a company, I can't remember the name of it. I have a video out there. But basically, if you put this on your windshield in the sun, it keeps the heat out of your cab. The hardest thing is keeping these things air conditioned. So the less heat that gets inside, the better off you are. If you put the windshield one up, the heat still comes inside the glass and it's heating up inside. This actually keeps the sun out, so it's a lot cooler. So I can do that. And then, it's pretty messy in here, but I got my rug here. We can put our rug out if we needed it.
That's a cool place we keep it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
On this little handle with these rappets, I have my rug and I also have my refrigerator screen. I'm gonna do my refrigerator screen just so you can see how that works too, because we do have the sun going down on that side of the van today. We do have a nice shady spot here, which is really pretty good, but still the sun is getting here.
Oh yeah.
And I like to keep as much heat out of the van. I believe it's a lot easier to cool a van that's not heated as much on the inside. So the less sun that goes into it, the better off though. So that'll just keep sun from heating up that window right there, and my refrigerator is right behind it. And it's a little crooked. And if you want, you can I can blouse it out like that. Get a little airflow behind it. So that keeps the sun out there. I do have some other ones I'm going to make for the rest of the van for when we go to Key West when it's going to be really, really hot. But basically, all I got to do now is hook up my sewer hose as needed and dump the black tank and then dump the gray tank. I did that this morning, so I don't have to do it right now. But that's how it's set up for camp. All I gotta do is take out the chairs now. But let me go inside and show you how to do the TV antenna real quick. Okay, pardon the mess. This is what it looks like when we live in here, you know. It's not always spotless. I mean, it's clean, but it's cluttered, you know. We stopped by IKEA, and this is a dresser we bought for our granddaughter. So, you know how IKEA comes. One big heavy box right there, and two small heavy boxes underneath it.
Yeah, they were out of stock of this particular item in the Atlanta store, so we got it while we're in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Okay, so that little box right there, it's got aux and SAT on it. There's a green light. Just to the right of that green light, and a little slightly below it, like in a 5 o'clock position, is a little button. Reach up there and push that button in, Deb.
Okay.
And right now it's getting its power. It's powering the antenna.
Okay, right here by the green.
Yep.
Okay.
Push that little button. Okay, so now it would be getting its signal from the outside. Push it again. Okay, so if you're hooked up to park cable, you want that light to be off. If you're getting your TV programming over the air off the roof antenna, you want the green light to be on. So right now, I don't have the antenna, the park cable hooked up. So this is how it would look for how you would scan it. So you come in here on your remote, you hit the menu button, and then you hit the right here, the left arrow, and if it goes to channel, that's where you want to be, and you hit the down to auto scan, hit the OK button, hit the the right arrow so it says yes, and then hit scan, and now it's going to scan for the channels. If you had the park cable hooked up out there, the little green light would be turned off. You do the exact same steps. Okay, and if you go, this is where I'll create a problem. Let's say that you are watching your DVD player, so you select your input to HDMI because that's where your DVD player is. So right now it's getting my signal if I were to put a DVD in there. But if I wanted to scan channels, if I went and hit menu, if I try to tab over, watch, if I go right, it skips the channel. So if you're ever trying to scan channels and it won't let you go to channel, see, it skips it right over to the picture, that's because the input is not on TV. So change your input to TV, and then now when you hit menu, you see you can go right there to channel. Come down here to auto scan again and scan. So that's how you do it. So and you also make sure, since we're hooked up to the water, to turn your water pump off. You don't want your water pump on with the if you're using the city water, because it's getting the pressure from the city water line, not the water pump. So there it is. If you got any questions, just leave a comment. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate that. So thanks. Go out, see America. It's a great place to visit. It's a great place to live. It's a great place. Take care. Bye.
I have a question, or just an observation.
What's that?
So we're plugged into power here at the pedestal, and that means we don't have to bother turning on the inverter.
Right. Yeah, you don't turn the inverter on. It's just
have it disabled, right? Keep it on
you just
disabled.
don't turn it on. Yeah.
So it's on disabled, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just something I wanted to clarify.
Yeah. As Deb was saying, okay, right now I'm making 34. I'm putting 34 amps into my battery. I'm at 504 because the air conditioner's running. And over here it says bulk. I'm in bulk mode. Sometimes it'll go into float, and if it goes into float mode, if you come in here
Hit the function key
to disable charging, and then hit it again and enable charging, it'll get it out of float if the batteries are low. If they're near top, you don't want to do that. But if you find it down like at 400 amp hours and you're wondering why it's not charging, you might do that. You might check that.
Check to see if you're in float mode. And if you are, then you hit the function button.
You hit function to bring up that little thing that says DSCHG, which is disengaged charging. And you push the down arrow.
Yeah.
And it'll turn off the charging. And then you press it again, and it'll start charging again. So just, that's only if it says float, and it really shouldn't be floating. Because sometimes if you use the power, if you're plugged in a while, for me, I've discovered that it might have 400 amp hours, which is 2/3 of my battery full, but it's kind of like protecting the batteries, so it puts it in that protection mode of float, where if I'm getting ready to leave, I want my batteries to be fully charged, so I'll just do that. But right now it's bulk, so we're good. Okay. So that's it again. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and if you got any more questions, just leave a comment, or the camera person can speak up again.
So, yeah, what float does is, if you've been plugged in and your batteries are almost topped off, it prevents your batteries being overcharged. Is that correct?
Yes. It changes the charging.
Okay, so it gets into the float mode, but then it might stay in the float mode, and you might end up using all the power that you're getting from the pedestal, and it's not letting a lot go to the batteries because it was the batteries at once were almost fully charged. So yeah, so it's just protecting the batteries.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
Usually an explanation for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. Okay.
And if you don't have the explanation, contact Guard. He'll explain it to you.
Check this out.
Oh, he's
At the Coast Guard, Exchange today, they had on clearance hand sanitizer. I got 16 bottles of hand sanitizer. It's the gel stuff, hand sanitizing gel. I got that. 24 cents a bottle. A deal. Okay.
Yeah, we're hooked on sanitizing our hands. Hopefully, it won't be a necessity
Forever.
for much longer, but we just want sanitized hands, and it's good stuff with the aloe in it.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully that's the end of the video. If not, just give me a question, Spike.
Spike's gonna say goodbye.
Spike.
Hi, Spike. Say goodbye to everybody.
Spike wants to go home, he said.
Yep.
He's ready to go home. Okay, well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.